is going down, world? Welcome to the 40s. I go by the name Black Pegasus, and today I'm checking out the one and only Elton John. This is called Candle in the Wind. Yeah, never heard this song. First time reaction. And I've been enjoying every damn thing I hear from Elton John. This one's coming in kind of slow. It seems like it might be, I got to re-listen to it. I got to re-listen to the beginning. Pretty sure he named someone in that first segment. So this is something personalized at some capacity. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. But we're about to find out right now. And if you are here for it, like, share, comment, subscribe. Let's get this show on the road. Holla.
They tease him a lot, black peas on the spot. Welcome back, 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 welcome back. 40.
All right, y'all, I got that logo down and I'm pulling the video up. Don't forget to support the original content on the channel. Also, if you want to check out my other channel, Pegasus vs. the World, over there, I take on challenges. I react to comedy and trending topics. All of the music and the music reactions happen on this channel. And if you wanted access to the reactions early, there is a link in the description to our membership. Gives you that access. Big catalog of reactions that haven't been released to the public yet, and I update it every day. However, there's never an obligation. Eventually, the stuff in the membership will be released to the public. So regardless, thank you for your support. Huge shout out to all the members. Let's get this going. Now, this is on Elton John's official YouTube channel, so please check this out over there without my reaction, right? Independently, because what I do is not a substitute for the original. And I always want to highlight and help be a promotional piece to the original content creator, right? Anyways, let's get this going. I'm not sure where this is going to take me, but man, his piano playing and writing skills are just, he is like, I don't know. You know how they just call people, they'll be like, yo, this is the king, the king, the king. You know, we got Elvis, right? You got the king of pop, Michael Jackson, right? You got, you know, you know what I'm talking about. I'm still kind of concerned that Elton John don't have a crown. Huh? From what I'm hearing from his catalog, why doesn't Elton John have a crown or get thrown around in these? I don't know. Maybe I'm just wilding out here. Anyways, this is Candle in the Wind. Let's listen.
Goodbye, Norma Jeane. No, I never knew you at all. You had the grace to hold yourself while those around you crawled. They crawled out of the woodwork and they whispered into your brain. They set you on the treadmill and they made you change your name. And it seems to me you lived your life like a candle in the wind, never knowing who to cling to when the rain set in. And I would have liked to know you, but I was just a kid. Your candle burned out long before your legend ever did.
The music is sensational, but I think what has me in the trance the most is the storytelling, the lyrics. This concept of candle in the wind is very interesting when I think about it. I was just at dinner the other night, and there's a candle on the table, and my daughter was playing with her little fan, and I told her, don't, play with it at the table, da-da-da, and she ends up pointing it at the candle, and the candle goes out, and she's like, oops, I'm sorry. And, I don't know why I'm associating that with this right off the bat. There's also more that I'd like to get into, but this concept, fire is so powerful. Fire is so beautiful. It's intriguing. It draws you in, even if it's just a little flame. But the fact that a little gust of wind or a drop of water could just take it out, it's also at the mercy of that, the environment, let's say. And there's something about him saying candle in the wind, because he's not saying fire, he's not saying flame, he's not saying, candle gleaming, he's saying in the wind, which is showing, wind could potentially blow out the candle. So there's a reason for that. And the storytelling, I don't know if this is, the storytelling is Norma Jeane, whoever that is someone he visioned from afar. But he said she passed away before her legacy or something did, but he was just a kid watching from afar. How that connects to me, it reminds me of my relationship with Bruce Lee. Like, by the time I was old enough to find out he passed away, when I found out, I was distraught because he was already my hero, and I looked up to Bruce Lee. Like, that, a lot of my life has been transformed because of Bruce Lee. My dad introducing me to Bruce Lee when I was like 3 or 4. Actually, let's see. Would you think, I'm hearing this Norma Jeane, and I'm just like, oh, this is like, maybe he lost his mom at an early age or something. I don't know. Let me just look. Okay, apparently I spelled Norma Jeane wrong. Okay. Norma Jeane is spelled Jeane, not Jean, is the birth name of Marilyn Monroe. No fucking way. Really? Bro, okay, I'm going to set that there. Holy sh. Is this song's about Marilyn Monroe? Really? Holy sh. Hold on. Okay, hold on. That's going to change a little. No, because what I was, okay. Wow. It's funny because the way he wrote the story, I just didn't know it'd be about some huge figure. Like, yeah, she's iconic. Like, you think of those T-shirts at the, the classic, like the old record stores, and, it's Marilyn. Sorry. Jeez. It's Marilyn Monroe. It's Metallica. It's Johnny Cash. It's Bob Marley. That's crazy. Anyways, I'm going to go back a little bit further. I want to hear this out. I don't even know what to say, honestly. I would have never known. I never knew Marilyn Monroe. I thought that was her real name, if we're being honest. Ooh, there's something there, too. There's something there. Because Marilyn Monroe is like me being Black Pegasus. Marilyn Monroe is the stage name. It's the facade. It's the cloak you put on. Robert is the father, is the dad, is the uncle. Norma is the real person. Marilyn Monroe is the facade. There's a reason he didn't say frickin' Marilyn Monroe at the beginning. Because this MFer isn't speaking to Marilyn Monroe. He's speaking to frickin' Norma. Holy I'm probably overdoing it, guys. Sorry. That's what I think, though. Candle in the frickin' wind. Holy. Okay. Let me try to get back on track. Sheesh. This is taking a turn for the best, I think.
Never knowing who to cling to when the rain set in.
That is crazy now.
And I would have liked to know you, but I was just a kid. Your candle burned out long before your legend ever did. Loneliness was tough. was that Marilyn was found in the news.
Oh, he said her name. He said Marilyn.
Still hounded you, all the papers had to say was that Marilyn was found in the news. And it seems to me you lived your life like a candle in the wind, never knowing who to cling to when the rain set in. And I would have liked to know you, but I was just a kid. The candle burned out long before the legend ever did.
Bro, this is sensational. He actually used her name in it, and it was placed very strategically with the storytelling. And this whole candle in the wind, now there's so much more depth to it, because when we put the life, now I don't know much about Marilyn Monroe. I think she had a fling with John F. Kennedy. You know, she was a gorgeous woman, superstar. And she was just very beautiful. And I don't know much more other than that. Like it's just for the time. If I remember too, like I think she kind of stood out because she was like, maybe she was more curvy than the average. I just remember going through the 80s and every model was like a stick figure, you know, like heavy chested, but just like a stick figure. And then they started to kind of plump up, get a little, it seemed like after Sir Mix-a-Lot, Babies Got Back, it was just acceptable to have a little rump shaker, if you know what I mean. So, again, I don't go this far back, but I remember her being curvaceous and just gorgeous, have the mole, you know, I don't know. There's just something. I don't know how she passed away exactly. I don't know. I've always heard she had a kind of like a tragic life, kind of this tormented soul kind of thing. But I just feel like what Elton John is saying in this song is that I looked up to you as a kid. I wish I could have got to know you. You know, I almost wish you were still here. You seem to be misunderstood. And, you know, there's something he gravitated to, and he wrote this damn song for her. Unless someone else wrote it. But Elton's a writer, you know? So, I don't know. I go into these, for all the people who get in the damn comments complaining, like, you should have been prepared. You should do some research. I hate the you should do some research comments, because that's not this channel. Like, I'm doing a first-time reaction. What do I look like doing all this research and then acting like I don't know the fucking It doesn't make sense. I'm going into these blind and learning or missing stuff in real time so I can give an unadulterated first-time interpretation of what I heard from the lyrics or the music, and then we can do a deep dive. After this, we could do a deep dive. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, this is freaking amazing. This is a surprise. Man, everything I've been reacting to from Elton John is getting kind of wild. What's next, you guys? What the F is next? Golly. Anyway.
Goodbye, Norma Jeane. Though I never knew you at all, you have the grace to hold yourself while those around you crawl. Goodbye, Norma Jeane. From a young man in the 22nd row who sees you as something more than sexual, more than just our Marilyn Monroe. And it seems to me you lived your life like a candle in the wind, never knowing who to cling to when the rain set in. And I would have liked to know you, but I was just a kid. The candle burned out long before the legend ever did. The candle burned out long before the legend ever did.
talk the music, there's a guitar in here, there's the piano, there's percussion, and then we have this great choir that is adding strength to the vocals throughout that hook, especially at the end. This whole candle in the wind, and that your candle burned out before your legend ever did. And you know, this candle is representing your physical existence, the flame, your physical existence, leaving the earth before it should have, but your legend is still with me. This is why I wrote this song. This is why I'm conveying these, this music to the world, because this is what you meant to me. This is the impact you had on me. And maybe we can learn something from this candle in the wind. And then this concept of, fire is powerful. Fire is crazy. But the fact that it can be put out, and like almost the fragility of like just a candle in the wind is crazy. And it's also saying like living life on the edge, because everyone tries to protect the candle, right? Like put it in a place. Oh, it's windy, get the candle in. Or like you can't light the grill. Well, the old grills without, the wind. You know what I'm talking about? So just the concept of candle in the wind is someone who's living their life, kind of on the edge, kind of taking risks, And unfortunately, the flame went out before your legend did. That's wild. That is absolutely wild. Man, there's so many places I could go with that. I'm going to leave this here because this was cool. This was really cool. Elton John doesn't seem to amaze me. Give him his crown, you guys. Give him his crown for so many years of amazing music. And of course, the Lion King soundtrack. Anyways, that was Candle in the Wind. Almost a memoir of Marilyn Monroe, Norma Jeane. I'm going to have to remember that. Norma Jeane. Holy smokes. I like that. Yeah, I really did.
Thank you for being some man. 40 years down the road, back again. FUQ.